Live from Marché du Film here in Cannes. I'm very happy to be with Jean-Baptiste. Jean-Baptiste, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's the sun is back. It's a bit windy, but we know that this has a big influence on everyone's mindset. I think when we're in Cannes, so I'm happy as the weather.
I'm super proud to have you beside Pavan. Pavan, we're gonna be the president of the jury this Monday for the super final of Tech for Movie, the best we have found. And so I have a problem with you, Jean-Baptiste, because most of the time I'm interviewing from one hand investors, producers, and on the other end, tech providers. But in your case, I have a big problems because you are doing both. So can you just introduce yourself and explain us what you're doing and who you are?
Yes, thanks very much. It's a great honor for me to be here with you guys. My name is Baptiste Babin. I'm 47. And I've been running the Backup Media Group for the past 23 years with my business partner Joël, who's my best mate from high school. And initially we started off being involved in financing just because we thought 23 years ago that the whole landscape was changing and that financing a film out of five phone calls, which is what the usual practice was throughout Europe, was no longer going to be the case, with distributors wanting to get involved at earlier stages, and with, I would say, private investors not being able to kind of scale on their interventions in the media industry because it's not replicable and because some of them have had bad experiences. So we started off as a one-stop shop financing boutique where we'd have three departments. One of them was co-production and playing with the production pipe and refinancing with cheap money, which is what I was personally in charge of. The second one would be distributors, pre-selling any or all of the rights of a film and trying not to mitigate the upside of the film later down the road. And the third one is equity and structured financing, i.e., all the crazy people who actually, want to invest in films so that they make money out of it. And so that went on, and from there on we started like changing our business models, going into fund management ourselves, having our own sources of money that we could tap into instead or on top of our usual co-production, pre-sale, our usual frameworks. So that went good, and we've been super fortunate and fairly lucky that some of our films have been performing good. So rapidly we were in a position to buy back the 7,000 plus investors that we had gathered around our different vehicles, and keep some of the vehicles which we thought were interesting to carry on in their current framework. So that's led us to invest at pretty much all the different stages of the life of a film, from co-development, co-production and production, which is the bulk of our investments. And we also were handling controlling shares in a series of distributors across Europe to foster our models with direct data from domestic distribution, and at the same time also to just have another glance of the other side of the industry. So that's super interesting. 8 years ago, we realized that we still had another 25 years to last in this industry before we retired. So we thought that we'd always wanted to have an industrial impact on our industry. We've been endeavoring to do it on the financing side for the past 20 years, and we thought that there's an opportunity and maybe even an obligation for us to actually embrace tech. So far, since the beginning, we've only had the worst of techs. I mean, my own family downloading our films on torrents and, just not really getting it. So at some point I was like just 30 plus, and I thought, you can't be frustrated or grumpy. You've got to embrace tech. Find something that will make it helpful directly to you and to the rest of the industry.
So welcome home within the tech industry. You're more than welcome, and that's impressive. The power you're gathering. Maybe for one sec, exchange the headset for one question for our guest, dear President.
Yeah, so you were frustrated with torrent downloading the movies that you're financing, right? Basically, people stealing from you. So, how is your tech addressing those kinds of problems?
Okay, so the helmet again. No, you need to get back.
yeah,
Sorry. Okay.
First is tech is a school of humility, and you learn. You start with a tech project, especially when you're not a original tech guy, trying to do everything and to tackle all the problems. And I think we've learned how to be a tech company and know how to isolate and be agile and isolate the lowest hanging fruits that we need to troubleshoot. The piracy issues are issues that we intend to deal with in the long run. It's not the immediate issues that we intend to tackle. We noticed that even very notable filmmakers and distributors were simply not understanding the financial structure of their film, that they weren't properly grasping the film as an economical object. And that's what we strive to do. And that's, I think, the first step of understanding how the asset works and how it should be respected as such on the commercial life. And I think that's the first step to actually introduce the notion of value of a cultural asset in the industry's mind. And that, I think, is the first step so that we can do this in general society.
That's impressive. No, we will go on with a further discussion maybe Monday for the super final. Thank you so much, Jean-Baptiste. Please come back anytime here within my Global Village World Community.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.